Hello everybody and welcome back to Ethiopia, where we are actually pretty close to declaring war on these jerks. We've got a truce with them, or we don't have a truce with them anymore, so we could do it basically any time, but I'd like to bulk up this army a little bit before that happens, for sure. Now we do have 2 heavy cavalry units on the way in, and I do want to check these guys. They have 21 cohorts. Really? Because these are mercs. 21 cohorts is quite a lot. Their manpower is a bit on the low side, but that means that we need to wait to declare this war for sure, or have Axum help us. That's the other option. And that's not the worst option, but also kind of not the best. Because that would mean that we can't necessarily take territory outright if Axum takes it. And I don't want to give territory to Axum. So I kind of feel like that's not really our best bet. We have 10,000 troops here. We should bear in mind that we do have 5 units of heavy cavalry, which are going to be substantially better than the vast majority of their cohorts, which are almost certainly light infantry and archers. But realistically, I don't feel comfortable declaring on them until we've got at least 555 here. At the very least. And even then, we may call in Axum. I'm not 100% sure on that, but it may happen. Now, we've also almost got enough gold to upgrade our capital to a proper city, and we're going to do that ASAP. We're currently making 3.82 per month. Now, a large amount of that, or rather of our income, is currently being devoted to drilling, which we are drilling our armies. If they're not drilling their armies, which they may or may not be, like for example, Axum, they're not drilling. If they're not drilling their armies up here, then that likely means that we're going to have a sizable advantage. But for right now, let's go ahead and recruit in our unit of archers. Fantastic. And in just a couple of months, we will get our capital set up as a city, which is going to be a huge, huge deal. We've made a pretty sizable amount of expansion, though, and we should have this switching over from Microbian to Axumite very soon, if I'm understanding this correctly. Yeah, next month is when it should convert over, which would mean we are going to be able to expand into Dumar, which of course will mean that we are going to need a little more money. So we just converted that over, and we are now Axumite. That is perfect. So it's exactly as I expected. Atule has only slaves. What? It does. Can we, move in a non-slave? Like, can we encourage growth in some way? Business investments, infrastructure spending, provincial loyalty and population output. Like, I want to attract additional non-slave pops into Atule here, because we can't actually do this with just slaves. Of course, any of these up here could work. So, like, this one could work, but it's not yet fully Axumite. And that'll take some time to convert that. So, it'll still work, even without attracting any citizens, freemen, or tribesmen into Atule, but it'll take a little more time than we thought. But let's go ahead and get our capital upgrading to a city. There we go. Now, are we going to lose our fort here? Maybe eventually. It doesn't look like it. It might once it finishes conversion. Excellent. So, once our capital is completed with that, that's going to take 2 years for it to complete, but that's great. So let's go ahead and start start bringing in some light infantry here. as soon as we have the manpower. We're currently gaining 114 a month, so we can do this roughly every 10 to 11, well, actually like every 9 to 10 months. We can recruit a new unit. So next month tick we can do this, and I'd like to see if these guys are still recruiting. They may or may not be. They're going to have a hard time making it past Yeha, of course. A very hard time. Oh, I did not mean to bring archers. Skirmishers. There we go. Now, let's hop into our tech here. When is our next tech advance? Not for a while. Okay. That's good to know. We do want to grab some of these inventions eventually, but I also want to spend a bunch of money on growing our armies. That said, our income is kind of starting to get to a sketchy point. We still have 21 cohorts total in Adulia. Military restructuring. So this guy, he is the general of our second army and a pretender to become king. He would gain 5 loyalty, but he may gain more. He may become more ambitious. Oof. Alternately, he would lose 10 loyalty. And the command structuring would happen anyway. I mean, we could bribe him. We could insist on including all officers. And then, does he become disloyal below 40? Yeah, it's below 40 that it would be a problem. But it's reducing every month. So that's a thing. We'll go ahead and bribe him. There we go. Okay. Excellent. Oh! Our marshal died. Good. I'm actually very glad about that. So, a Senuid is the highest skill. We do have Haleid as a scorned family, though, and we're going to go with them. And that should deal with the scorned families, theoretically. Excellent. Now, all of these guys are supporting Pemi Petubast. That is not a good thing. Please stop. Thank you. Wait. Oh, Euclid Setnid. Okay, I was just like, wait, are we not supporting our own heir? But no, that's not happening. Good to know. Our legitimacy really rather sucks. So that's a thing. And it's gonna continue getting worse. But it's mostly because of our unpopularity, and we just haven't been able to build our popularity at all. Like, could we maybe siphon funds? No, that's not the plan. We can't really do anything. Prove legitimacy. He would need to have personal gold high enough. Upon completion, he would gain, or we would gain 5 legitimacy. That's not very much legitimacy at all. For 300 gold? Yikes. Okay. So let's see, these guys have 21,000 troops. They have 10,000 manpower. They're only gaining half of the manpower that we are. They have a CB on Saba now, over here. I kind of don't want them to declare that. I don't think that would be a good idea. Now this is the researcher Pemi Petubast. This is not the general Pemi Petubast. They are two completely different people, and I can't rename them, unfortunately. I wish I could. But, hey, we can call down an omen. I'm gonna go for Blessing of Oratalt for additional taxes. Manpower's nice and all, but we're gaining plenty of manpower to fight Adulia, I think. I hope. And then, as soon as the month tick happens, we should be able to get another unit of skirmishers, and I think we declare on them when we've got 555. I think we'll be able to beat them easily enough. What's our general's military skill here? 7? Okay. Like, that guy's 9 there. This guy's 8. So it's not 100% ideal, but it's probably good enough. So we'll bring in a few more units of light infantry, 2 to be precise. We're going to need to wait a little under a year to get another one. Actually, a little over a year to get another one. Well, actually, about a year. Somewhere around a year. Also, Guara is going to be back online and better than ever in 300 days, so that is fantastic. 5.39, that's excellent. Now, Kerbal here is Master of the Guard and our friend. His loyalty is only 50%. That said, that's very close to our max loyalty. It has come to our attention that our trusted advisor, Kerbal Senuid, has been siphoning funds from our treasury into his own pocket for some time. The disappearance of monies collected from across Gwenara eventually aroused suspicions which, combined with eyebrow-raising extravagances such as extremely flattering statues of Kerbal being erected, could not be written off as mere coincidence. Abuses of this kind surely must not be tolerated, lest the entire state apparatus become a charade for personally enriching vain aristocrats. The specific punishment, however, is up for debate. So he would gain 20 corruption and 20 loyalty. We would lose 15 popularity. We're at 11. Okay. We would lose 10 popularity for this. We would gain 10 popularity for this. We would gain 71 gold. He would lose 20 loyalty and gain 20 corruption, but do we care? He wouldn't have a job anymore. Yeah, he's forfeited his position. We need the popularity. So we need a new Master of the Guard. We're going to choose whoever's most qualified, which would be this guy, who is not the guy we just fired, believe it or not. Okay, there we go. New Master of the Guard. Fantastic. Onward we go. Now, our legitimacy is currently negative, which is super unfortunate. It's going down exclusively because of our unpopularity. I just haven't been able to build any popularity at all, which is unfortunate. I've been taking every option I can to build popularity, and it just keeps dropping. Hopefully, this leader dies pretty soon. He's 72, so surely he's going to die soon. And then Legis Petubast would become the leader, presumably. That would be ideal, anyway. What is his current popularity? 30. And it's going down. Interesting, because he has no charisma. Right. Okay. And he's trying to provoke somebody. Okay. Oh, lose 10 popularity or local unrest. We have to take the local unrest. We cannot afford to lose popularity. That's not going to be a thing. With any luck, we will die relatively soon. That would sure be nice. But also very soon, we will be having enough manpower to go up to 555 in this particular army, which will be perfect. It's a little on the small side, but I have a feeling they only have 6 more cohorts. If they're just light infantry, I think we still win. Like, damage versus light infantry is plus 25%. And of course, light infantry damage versus heavy cavalry is minus 25%. So that's a 50% boost for heavy cavalry versus light infantry. It's going both ways there. And just look at this. This is why I say light infantry is bad. Like, realistically. It's bad against everything. Oh, we have gout. Okay. That's, fine, honestly. I want this guy to die. Hopefully it'll reset our legitimacy. That'd sure be nice. we definitely have ourselves a legitimacy problem. Our tyranny is reducing, but going up, apparently. My actions keep increasing tyranny, and it's kind of not keeping up, but oh well. Okay, one more month tick, and we'll be able to build our last unit of skirmishers, and then we'll probably declare war on Adulia. Hey! We died! Fantastic! There's a succession crisis. This guy is General of the 3rd Army. He has raised 1 chariot, 8 light cavalry, and 6 light infantry in Punta. Okay. So we need to put down this guy. And realistically, I think we hire these mercs to do it. Like, I really do. We've got the military experience. We'll put this into unit reorg. And we need to do a little bit of our succession stuff. However, I think that's something for next episode. Leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings. And I will see you all next time.